There is a push at the state capitol to require all middle schools and high schools in Minnesota to start after 8:30 a.m.
The bill would make sure elementary school kids do not get on their bus before 7 a.m. and the Minnesota Sleep Society is working with lawmakers on this bill. Joining us now, we have Dr. Iber. He joins us, and he is the medical director of Fairview Sleep Medicine and a professor at the University of Minnesota. Hello, and thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you, Ellie and Kim, for having me.
We've been enjoying chatting with you because sleep deprivation isn't something that just kids face. It's something that adults face as well. But kids in particular, you say, really do need that added sleep.
Well, about 30% of adults are not getting enough sleep, but nearly 2/3 of teenagers. And it's largely because they have a tendency after the age of 12 to have a delay in their natural sleep time and awakening time. We all have a clock, and that clock gets delayed, and not just in Canada and Korea, but also in the United States. Every country has this, and even some animals are delayed at adolescence.
And so right now, if you look at the schools in the state of Minnesota, about 87% of them start before 8:30 a.m. Is that correct?
That's right.
And talk to us, I know we have a graphic here of what that means in terms of the problems that poses.
So sleep is a brain function, so it's not surprising that there's an increased risk of inattentiveness in car crashes. It goes up several-fold. A major cause for death in teenagers is accidents, and car crashes lead that list. Anxiety, depression, emotional dysregulation are common in part because sleep reconstitutes normal connectivity with the primitive portions of the brain to balance mood. And so it's not surprising that suicidality goes up, and actually suicide attempts in a study in Fairfax, Virginia, goes up from about 2% to nearly 14%.
Which is a big jump.
A big jump with less than 5 hours of sleep.
When you've looked at Minnesota teens, how much sleep are they getting? How sleep deprived are our teens here in our state?
We're supposed to get 9 hours of sleep. The average teenager does in the summer. They get 9 hours of sleep, and on the first day of school, they lose approximately 60 to 90 minutes on the first day, and they have insufficient sleep, usually in the range of 6 to 7 hours. So by the matter of hours, they are getting insufficient sleep. And it's not due to the fact that they're using their cell phones. It's due to the fact of this delay. We know as adults that we use our cell phones too, and these are habits that are not good for our sleep, but they're not the cause of the problem.
And so you're pushing for later school start times so kids can get more sleep. I know critics of this proposal will say that this is a community issue, shouldn't be decided at the state level, that this is something that school boards should decide based on how long it takes for kids to get to class and that sort of thing. What do you have to say to that criticism?
Well, I believe in local input, and I certainly have worked in schools when I had my 4 kids in high school to help local schools. But remember, there are all sorts of mandates already regarding the scheduling of kids and calendar time, and this is an issue where you can flip a switch essentially with a 4-year delay period, which would allow an improvement in safety, academic performance, and emotional regulation in our teenagers. And so the outcomes are substantial that affects the whole population. So it's sometimes necessary in society to have guidance, and I think the schools in the long run will appreciate the guidance of a mandate. I would also say that the general experience for schools that have been doing this, which has been 20 years now, by the way, starting in Minneapolis and Edina, is that there aren't excessive costs in most cases related to busing and the logistics of this, although it is a change and it's a hard process to go through.
Well, it's certainly an interesting conversation to be had. Doctor, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
We're going to send it over to